Feminism, another term that has been misinterpreted so much that women are being gang-banged on camera while preaching feminine tolerance the entire time. I shit you not. Something that used to be a genuine concept of women empowerment has now been redefined as sexual symbols of equality and how many times someone's dick can be slapped against their face until they understand how important feminist outreach is. I guess their safe space is inside a porn room instead of a university, which now brings me to my next fucking point. What in the shit do you need a college campus safe space for? Better yet, who are you hiding from, and what in the fuck do you think an 8x3 steel frame amidst a thin wall of sheetrock is going to protect you from? Are you so afraid of the Trump administration that you feel it's necessary to halt classes, hold up in a classroom and sing lullabies to each other while sucking on your thumb in the goddamn fetal position? And for all the school administrations condoning this behavior and delaying exams so they can regroup and mourn over a political election. You're a goddamn embarrassment to the institutions of this nation, and we all wonder why we are ranked 17 out of 40 on the international education spectrum. Then you decide to turn the American flag upside down, symbolizing a nation in distress. And just because you're an emotional disaster of weakness does not mean the entire country is. And if you are incapable of changing your own diapers, I would suggest that you learn how to shit on the pot like adults do. Had Hillary Clinton won the election, the last thing I would be doing is hiding in a room and waiting my turn for a psychologist to come speak to me about depression and anxiety. I would be taking the necessary steps in making sure our country is not perceived as vulnerable and weak by those who wish death upon us. But each of you fall directly in line with what's wrong with this country. Self-entitled fermenting piles of piss who had their hands filled with whatever the fuck they wanted when they stuck them out for substance. When was the last time shit changed because enough people dried up in a corner of misery and despair? And I understand that you cried as a baby, but adulthood doesn't work that way, ladies and gentlemen. When you cry and make a scene in reality, you're ignored until your tears dry and you man the fuck up. But these days, when people feel threatened, we hand them stress cards. Do you know how many people had to send me pictures of your stress cards just so that I believe this shit actually existed? Not only do we have a significant portion of our civilian population singing Kumbaya, as if that's not fucking bad enough, but now it's accessible to do this in the United States Armed Forces. You can't even go through basic training anymore without being able to call time out when you're being yelled at. Like, what? What the fuck is that? The purpose of basic training is to not only familiarize yourself with very basic combat skills and military training and expectations, but to break down the weak-ass civilian mindset that's been molding into a Sesame Street character and transforming you into a goddamn tactical disciplined defender of freedoms. But because too many butt-fucks got butt-hurt, we now have resorted to waving stress cards in the faces of drill sergeants who used to be tasked with lighting a fire under your ass and are now having to wipe them for you. You tell me the last time a soldier deployed and was under fire, walked right up to an al-Zawahiri follower and handed them a legitimate piece of respect my motherfucking opinions and emotions and walked away with a piece of apple pie singing a goddamn lullaby. And for the love of everything stupid in this world, if you disagree with my tone in this video, go lick a window and pat yourself on the back for falling in formation with the rest of the crybaby Cheeto dicks in this country. I swear some of you should be required